Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stalker. This is episode 93. We are in the zone of contamination on a long walk that we came over here via Sundered Pass that we didn't have to do, but nevertheless, we're here. Now, you'll forgive me, it's been a few weeks since I've played this. Take a peek at everything, make sure there's nothing. You hate to not know that you needed to repair something. I think we can leave these behind for a moment. We'll wear the rubber boots while we're here in the zone. Can we? All we can do is destroy it. All right. I was hoping we could move this stuff over, but apparently not. 39% bow. We need to make another bow. Probably wouldn't hurt. That means we're going to need supplies. All right. Well, let's start the shindig by doing some exploring. We've got traveling food with us still. Let's decide what directions to go. Now, most of the stuff within the mine should be pretty picked clean. There could be some leftovers. I guess we could go see what we left behind. And then what I'd like to do is kind of go around the backside of the mine. Do not have a sleeping bag. Keep that in mind. See if we can zip through here before the green fog sets in. Yeah, so back there where those waterfalls are, that's kind of where I want to get back into there. I want to think there's a bear that roams around that backside, but we need to see if we can find us some saplings. And to be specific, we need a maple sapling. Now, worst case scenario, if it gets really ugly,
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
I don't know if we need that right away, but all right, let's get through this before die from exposure. At least we're blessed with a pretty day to start this with. Kind of see where we're at, where we're going. Now, I would think that I would probably left stuff over by this truck. Yeah, we did. Left all kinds of supplies over here. Maple syrups, waters, Foreman's tool belt. which we could actually use, maybe. Alright. So we do have some supplies here. Nothing to get too crazy about, but I think we'll take that. Got a knife, another knife. No real firearms or anything. The only other place we might have something is in the very third floor area. I'm gonna assume we've got to get a bow made because realistically, you don't have any firearms here at all. So I'm gonna poke my head and I would assume these have all been pilfered. Oh, no. We gotta ruin Summit Soda. More firewood. I'm gonna leave that be. Paint. Actually, paint might not be the worst idea in the world. Well, boy, did we not search very well. Interesting. Where's that coat at? Well, I guess if we ruin a coat, we don't really need that because technically we should have this on. But it does give us a backup.
Huh. What have we here?
And that would be a candy bar. More spray paint. Didn't realize we blew through here this quickly. I know we were more or less just trying to get the tails done. And a lot of time underground. Oh, we'll take that. Not worried about temperature too much.
Trees? 'Cause I'm gonna.
We're worried about food, though. She's wanting to eat a tree. Oh, look here. There is a bedroll right here. It's in decent shape. Tell you what, we are going to take that. This might come in handy. Because at some point, we may have to make bow and arrow. Got lamp, lantern. Take the accelerant. Okay. All this stuff is unsearched. Interesting. Just eat this so we don't have to carry it. Another workbench there. Tons of spray paint. Lots of scrap metal. Not that we can do a ton. Actually, you know what?
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, I have a plan for that, actually. There's matches right there. Well, we found a bullet. Alright. Leave those there. The idea behind those would be if we decide to carry out too greedy too deep, we might need a little extra water to get us started because we might not want to light a ton of fires. Because we're going to need, look at you, just laying there on the ground. Biggest nemesis with that is going to be first food, which I think we could plan ahead on for that. But the real nemesis is going to be cabin fever. So dealing with cabin fever is going to be a monster. Don't want to pick up sticks if we don't really need to. We've got 10, we've got coal. We're not cold. It's awfully quiet, though. I would have thought we would have heard a wolf by now. Okay, now I hear him. Very much in the distance, though. Yeah, this is where the helicopter is. Yeah, they're starting to get a little louder. There's the mangy little mutt. 3 of them. They are all freaked out. As the wolf person approaches. Alright, so this is what we were coming this way for. I want to kind of go back this way. I don't recall ever really spending any time over here. Okay. Okay. That's why we need to find maple saplings. 'Cause I'm not going to play with these guys. They don't act like normal wolves. So, you know, you can't just chase them off. Because they don't go very far. They kind of go away for like 10 feet and then run right back to you. So I'm just not going to mess around. We're just going to dispatch them and move. Problem is, it's going to wear out the bow. A smarter person would have brought stuff with them. Did I bring smart stuff with me? Did I bring it with me? I did bring it with me. Good for me. Yeah, I hadn't played this in a while. I hadn't remembered it. smarter than I gave myself credit for. So we can make another bow at least. It'd probably be a smart thing to do. Oh, hello, dear. Take these feathers for sure. We went this way. We haven't touched it yet. I'm almost tempted just to leave it here. We're gonna need feathers. I'm gonna leave it alone. We're not starving by any means. We've got food. We can always hunt a live deer and get a much better meal. Tree bridge? What is over here? Interesting little river system. You notice some of the shadows draw in, and if you notice any of the, like, stuttering, it's from, especially with campfires, it's been the update, the 1.6, or not that, excuse me, let me back that up. It's the update that they did for not Unreal, what was it? Unity 6. My apologies. I know they're doing Unreal with the new game, but they did a patch where they upgraded the game engine to Unity 6. And they had to do some updates, but there's still some issues. Fire is really bad. Fire is probably the worst of it. But I noticed that there's some things with... sorry, I'm distracted. I'm getting some text. Fire is probably the worst one I've seen for as far as frame rates. But I have noticed some shadowing and stuff. So hopefully once they get episode 5 done, we will get some much needed TLC for this. Tell you what, I want all of this. And the guts. Not worried about the hide.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Maybe in a minute. This is going to give us a good start on some food. Oh, there we go. Bird sapling, we'll take it. I don't know how much of that I brought with me. Didn't study that menu. That's the direction we came. Fog is starting to roll in. It's not too bad, 35%. We're archery level 5, so this bow isn't dying as quickly as it would a couple of levels ago. But we definitely need to build us a replacement. Get our arrow count back up. Alright, we'll take some birch bark. You never know when we tangle with something we're not supposed to. I need a little extra healing. I'd seen other people come back into this area here behind the mine and find a lot of neat, interesting things. And this probably won't be our one run back here. This is one of several. It almost looks like you can go up there. I think we should go up there. Why not? This is what we're here for. No, it's looking really steep there at the end, but maybe. We're so heavy, Astrid. Can we make this climb? No. Alright, we don't want to get a sprain. They look passable. The fog is lifting a bit. That was a short fog. I think a lot of people that don't like the zone of contamination get hung up on the areas where the contamination is. And it isn't. It's not very pretty. But I think they did such a good job with the mine. And this whole area back here is really neat. Let's see what we can get in trouble with. I think if I can, I'm just going to wait till we get back to the mine camp and just cook there. We can cook all 6 steaks at one shot. Okay, so we have a climb. There's a rabbit down there. I'm going to leave the cattails alone. Would be backup food. We're going to need to hunt quite a few deer, get the bear, if we're lucky enough to get the bear. Oh, look what we got here. No trespassing. Can't you read that sign? It says no fishing.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay. What do we got in here? Coal. Barrels we can bust up. Here is a jerry can. Mountaineering rope. Wonder where that ends up at. Piece of coal. Hey, wagon wheel. That looks familiar. A coal. Can we build a fire in here? We cannot. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to be someplace to revisit. Wonder if we can. Materials. Sure, that'll work. Graffiti. Not much of a map.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. An area of interest for sure. Maybe we can come back when we aren't carrying 8 kilos of deer and a bunch of other stuff. And climb down the rope, see where it takes us. Miner's footpath. I think we have a dead wolf. Pardon me, sir. Can I have your feathers?
We're gonna
I
need to eat soon.
believe I hear the bear. I don't know that we're ready for the bear. But there he is. Gonna be loving the way we smell. That's for sure. Come on. We can do this, Astrid. We've seen the movie. Something tells me we're in danger. Yeah. Mr. Bear is very interested in us. So is his dog. Oh. We're going to be in even more trouble if that bear comes up here. All right. We need a bandage. Oh, we got multiple blood loss. Okay. The bear's keeping the wolves away. It's got to be over here somewhere. We have drawn all kinds of attention to ourselves. And this is a very craggy area. All right. We're on a hill. Bear's still up there. You can hear him snorting. Ooh, there's a cave right there. I wonder if that would offer a certain amount of protection. Did we just... Unless that's his home, then we don't really want to be up there. All right. Can we redo this again? Good Lord. Just like we did last time, Astrid. I don't know that this is his house, but we might take refuge here for a minute. No, this is not his house. This is going to be our house. All right, let's drop a fire here. Oh, sure. Go ahead. Just don't screw this up. Put that away for now. Seeing how we found that bedroll, I'm a little less concerned about staying out here. We can camp. One thing we do need to address is this. All right, what did he do to our clothes, Astrid? Our beautiful wolf outfit. What did he do? Doesn't look like he did much. All right. More coal. Well, I guess we'll have a cookout. Heal up a bit. I don't think we need to drink that. I think we'll be fine. Here, double check our situation here. I think since the smell is dwindled down, we're not as interesting. Let's see, I wonder if... Get off this. I wonder if you can walk up here at all. You know what? Let's switch out. These are going to be done. They were like 18 minutes. So, yeah, I'm glad we did that. $40.40. Okay. Now let's go map. Pretty decent vantage point. Should have mapped over by the mine for a reference point, but we'll keep mapping.
The sun is setting. Gonna get a lot colder soon.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's going to get colder soon? Tell you what, Astrid, just eat these. At least eat that. No sense in even thinking about getting hungry. Now, the funny thing with the too greedy, too deep is you got to stay down there 25 days. So you could do the starvation technique for a while, but you'd have to be careful and keep an eye on insomnia, or not insomnia, but cabin fever, because once that kicks in, so maybe those birch bark teas might come in handy. And then you got to stay up, and you just got to find something to do. And so that would be one of those things where you bring some clothing and you start to harvest it, and then you cancel it halfway through, like that big jacket we found would probably be like a 2-hour harvest. So you just basically start the harvest, and it would be a very long and arduous task. It would not be the most exciting thing to do in the world. But like all things, sometimes you got to grind through it. In games and in real life. Go ahead and harvest these while we're waiting. Definitely going to have to get some crafting done. We do have some fire hardened arrows, right? Yeah, we got 3. We got a whole bunch of them. Okay, well, we can hunt rabbits with those. We can make 4 new arrows. We've got 5 done. And we're not in bad shape. We'll be pretty close on the fire. I think we'll just get a good night's sleep here, get up in the morning, and continue our trek around. At least we know the bear's here. The bear is going to be huge if we do the too greedy, too deep. But I'm not sure I want to tackle him just this moment, because it's a lot to process. I think as we get the camp established a little more, I'd like to get there's a couple more deer, kind of get the meat supplies built up. take a peek at any of this stuff. Nothing is. The one thing it could use any kind of repair is the one thing you can't repair. Our little galoshes. Make some water while we can. Like we can leave that behind. We got 3 cans of spray paint. We got plenty of marking material. But it does help. I know a lot of people are like really just, they think paint's a total waste of time and what have you. But when you're doing a long run like this, for me, and the fact that I don't get to play this all the time, it's more of a, I get to play for a couple hours, get a few recordings in, and then I may not touch it for a week and a half, 2 weeks, because I've got a different thing going on, or I'm working on podcasts or other stuff. So, like with this, I may do 3 episodes in a row and then not touch it for a week. And so I forget, what have I done? What have I done? So for me, doing this, it's like, okay, now I've gone through here. I can tell. It would be neat to be able to do that with everything, but when you're like coming all the way to the far territories, we may come back here again at some point, but it may be day 400 and something. How the heck am I going to remember what I did episode 90 when we're at 190? Which is a very scary thing to think about. But the whole point of this one is to get the 500 days. I do not have that achievement. I do want to get the 500 days. And at the rate we're going, we should be fine. But tell you what, we will leave that there. Let's hurry you along. I think we will let that burn out. We'll get some more charcoal out of it. And lucky for us, we found a bedroll. I think we just sleep. Let's get our beauty rest. Yeah, why not? You've had a rough day. Insomnia's healed. We're healed. We feel better. Probably could have made some more water, but how we pick all this stuff up.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Actually, you know what? I think there's a skinny one. 1 kilo, 1 kilo. Nope, they're all 1 kilo. Well, then I'll leave a 1 kilo. Should we happen to come here again, we'll leave behind a meal and a can. Polish this off. Get out our handy dandy pocket archery set. Aren't you pretty?
Looks like a new day is dawning.
I would agree, Astrid. I would agree. Well, let's see where our buddy is. I hear the dog already. He's running. In fact, I think I heard the bear just now. Kind of gurgling. Yep. He's like right over these rocks. Yeah, he's like right over here. If you don't play this game with headphones, you are missing these right there. If you don't play with headphones, you are running into trouble. Because he announces himself literally quite a ways away. And you being very quick. You scraggly old thing. Hello, Mr. Bear. As I mentioned earlier in my little monologue by the campfire, we don't really want to deal with you just yet. We will be coming for you. We're going to need that food. Although we could pack you back with the travois. I do have the travois. But nah. That means we'd have to hack you up. Let's go see what's over here. I think that was that dead wolf. Don't want to linger too long because he can probably smell us. He's going to loosely follow us. This is that wolf. No, it's a deer. That's okay. We'll leave it. Oh, old man's beard. That we do need. Let's go grab that. We burned up our supply. Come on. You see here in the snow, see some of these shadows, they're just not drawing 100% properly. I know Hinterland made the point that they had to upgrade that engine to deal with episode 5, and I have a feeling it has a lot to do with consoles and stuff more than anything. Oh, look at you. Okay, so we can go that way or we can go this way. Let's go this way. Can we get up on a little perch here that might be a little safer than... Here we go. Oh, I forgot to grab charcoal out of the fire. Okay, that ties that in a little bit. I meant to do that. Can I have that back, please? Because right after they did it, they did a hot fix for a bunch of stuff that were probably just absolutely broken. But after they spent all that time on visualizations and stuff, and we come back and Now some of those things aren't working 100%. Are we getting some glimmer fog coming? Yep. See the sparkles in the snow. We don't want glimmer fog. We're trying to explore. We want to be able to see what we're exploring. Now, lost in the fog. Her hair is standing up on end. I think that's one of the things from episode 5 that I'm looking forward to the most is at the point where somebody talks to Dr. Atwood to come up with what is going on, what happened, what's going on with the sun and why the solar flares are causing issues. And wow, look at all this birch bark. Like I said, this might come in handy with Too Greedy, Too Deep, because it may take a whole lot of damage.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, I noticed, but look, I found another craggy thing to crawl through. I just wish it wasn't weird and foggy. This is kind of a strange little area. Let's see where it goes. It goes to nowhere. Is that where we headed? Was to nowhere? Pretty much, huh? Well, that was disappointing. Could have put something up here. Even a cluster of freaking birch. One maple. A herd of rabbits. These are anticlimactic to climb up in this little spot. Only to find nothing. This is the way we climbed up, huh? Now we're retracing our steps. We don't want to go back that way. We're going to get further lost. Is this the way? No, we got to go back down further. Never mind. Follow your steps. You got to go down a little further. Right to here. Now you can walk out. Come on. I wonder if that spot's the top of the waterfall where we were standing up there. can hear it. Oh, here we go. Where does that go? You don't climb out of something unless there's something to go to. All right. Let's go. Oh, I see waterfall. I may have an idea I know where we're at. And I apologize if you hear my phone going off. Got someone asking me questions about automotive repairs, playing the dad thing. And they don't know that I'm doing this, so. Okay, if this is where I think it is, let's grab these because we need to make more. I don't know. Having 3 of them is not going to hurt none. Okay, this is where I think it is. This is the waterfall that's over by the cave that leads to Forsaken Airfield and Sundered Pass. Yeah, this is so cool. It would look better if it wasn't foggy. I do think I remember this spot. So I think if we go down there and on the other side of the falls here. Yeah, we could get down this. Love the new music. Something else we get to look forward to with episode 5. Maybe get some new music. Alright, I think if I go this way. It's going to lead to that cave, but we are kind of flying blind here. Yep. Mr. Bunny Rabbit. Tell you what, I don't think we can map. Yeah, I didn't think we could. Alright. This is it. Yep.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Wow, it even echoed, Astrid. Okay, so this is the cave system that leads out of the zone of contamination. It takes you into that center section where we can go to the Forsaken Airfield and Sunder Pass. So I'm going to use that as a save point. We're right at an hour. So next episode we'll keep on trucking here, and I know how to get back from this point. We can go up the hill and you end up right there where the trailer is, and we can head back towards camp, the camp office. The mining camp is really where we're going to do that. And I think we need to lighten our load and circle around some more. There's some more areas in behind the camp area, and that we need to get a couple more deer. Um, Maybe we'll go after the bear. I think I'm going to do the bow and get all my arrows going because I'd hate to have a knife fight with the bear and be completely unarmed. So with that, I think we're going to end it here. And we'll catch you on the next one as we continue our exploration of the zone of contamination. Thanks for watching.